and speed in perfect union. Racing hearts and racing cars, they are the brightest stars. Keep it flat out, yeah. Keep it bent, keep it real, oh, oh. You know what to do. Keep it
You can't park there, sir.
Lights out and let's go racing, folks, and it's a very even start from the entire field.
There's a freight train forming behind him right now. He will be as nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. I can give you the hot tip. Sideways as a bishop on a chessboard. That was incredible car control.
Going for a bit of an ambitious dive now, and oh, there's contact! Here they come now, around the final turn on the final lap. They're side by side.
Oh, there's contact now. Someone is going to be hitting the showers early tonight, I'll tell you what.
Crosses the line for P1. Brilliant racing, absolutely sensational stuff.
This is heart pounding. This is nerves rising. This is sensational TV. Oh yes, strap yourselves in. This is Aussie Sim Racing GT3 Challenge, and it rolls into the legendary road Atlanta. And this place does not take any prisoners. High speed, a big elevation, corners that bite back harder than a tax bill. The S's, well, it's flat out if you dare. The braking zones, late, downhill, heart and mouth stuff. And that final plunge to the line, absolute chaos if you get it wrong. Absolute gold if you nail it. In GT3 machinery, you've got to be smooth, smart, and switched on. Overdrive it and you're toast. Get greedy and you're backwards. Stay patient though, and you are suddenly in the fight. This isn't about hero laps. It's about surviving rhythm, managing the tyres, and keeping your nose clean when everyone else starts panicking. Positions will be earned, mistakes will be punished, and bravery, well, it's mandatory. This is Aussie Sim Racing. This is the GT3 Challenge, and it's all kicking off live here on Sensational TV. Ahoy! Welcome everyone to another iteration here of Sensational TV, broadcasting the Aussie Sim Racing GT3 Challenge. And boy oh boy, in the fair dinkum department, have we got a race on for you tonight. Let's get that audio up in a second here, because boy oh boy are these things singing out loud. We are at Road Atlanta, and it is balls to the wall that you have just seen one man, Luke Fallon, do exactly that through the S's, and we'll get to exactly where we are right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the event for tonight. We've got a 20-minute qualifying session coming your way with a 60-minute race popping in and out of it. Road Atlanta though, 19 degrees out there, 22% humidity, partly cloudy at some stages during the night, and 25 degrees ambient temperature. So it's full on balls to the wall, 291 meters above sea level. So these NA engines will be breathing a little bit. I can give you the mail tonight. Welcome, I am Zach O'Reilly, and future Teds in the box will be Christopher Munro. He is out celebrating his daughter's birthday today, his youngest of the only daughter he has, in fact, and Fallon's just smashed it into the wall. And with that, Christopher Munro will be here with us soon. But good to have you all out there in YouTube land and loving broadcasting this tonight. This is qualifying, and it's a good 20-minute session here. And it's been a bit of a tussle for the whole night and for the whole practice event as well for this man, Luke Fallon. Him and Dan Smith have been going at it like they are Bruce Lee versus Jet Li, and it's been ridiculous the whole night. So boy, am I excited to see what this brings. And Smith is already on the charge. He's only 43 hundredths off Ryan Ferber up there in P1 position. So this is going to be good. And Ferber at the moment, he's setting the timing towers alight. He's gone 2 purples in the second and third out of 4th sectors here on this racetrack. What's he going to do is he flies across the line here now. Is he going to improve his time as he crosses it? He starts a 17 dead. In fact, 17.096 to just give a bit of a breathing space between himself and Dan Smith. But Marshall has just gone in and Kobe and said, I'll take P2 off you, Dano, and get himself up into that one. So that's a great position for him too. It's all starting to tick off here in qualifying tonight. It's going to be on like Donkey Kong, and these boys are not mucking around. This is round 3 of the championship, mind you, ladies and gentlemen. So it's starting to get to that point where we're in the first third of the season. Just about once we tick this one over, it will be exactly a third. And these boys now are thinking about the championship and the long sort of game that they could play into it. And we've seen some competitors go through it here in the sessions and the round so far. DeBetta has had a shocker of a start to the season. He is looking to redeem himself tonight, I can guarantee you that. Matt Munro as well has been in and out of success. He's had a win, but he's not getting close to that for the last 2 rounds of the championship. Can he do it tonight, though, is the big question. So we'll find out exactly how that man goes around us. The Greek got himself, Savadoritis, is right on it, and he's just binned it into the pits as well in that Porsche livery. That's a cracker of a car as well, so watch out for him in qualifying. He's currently sitting in 11th, so, and now it's 12th because Armstrong and Merchant have just gone across the line and pipped him. So it's very, very close here at the top. Look at that. It's only a 10th and a half between Marshall and Ferber. Williams is only a 10th behind Marshall as well, and then Smith is still only 46 hundredths of a second of getting himself up into at least 3rd position there. Probably a good 3/10 off the overall pole positions here in this qualifying session. Let's have the Readers right out at the moment, doing his opening lap, and he's just blocking Ryan Ferber there as he comes around. So he won't be too happy about that one with Ferber, but that's all right. He's got out in front of them. Williams is on a charge, though. This guy in the Porsche, there's probably a track here that it sort of suits this car. It's very, very much a rotation circuit and mid to high speed corners. So a little bit of a game here for the Porsches, I would anticipate tonight, but it's still the Mustang show at the top with Ferber in P1 for now. Smith P2, Marshall in P3. Let's have a look through the grid here and see who else we can find. Bradley Cairns still out there in that lonely Lamborghini. But I'm telling you, this man knows how to race. He knows how to go about it. In qualifying, he's sort of up there, but then the racing, he just comes to another dimension. And look at that livery there. Looks like he's in, he's got Da Vinci on there. In fact, oh no, that's Van Gogh. That is Van Gogh style livery. The artist, we like to call him. And I reckon at the moment he's probably doing it a little bit of injustice there to Van Gogh there in the artistry department. 23rd in the world, now 24th overall on the timing tower, and he's just struggling. And into the bin he goes, straight out to the rubbish collector. The garbage truck is going to pick that thing up right on cue. Off comes the bumper. Oh, geez, it's all happening now tonight. This is going to be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. Strap yourselves in out there in the YouTube land as well. Good to see you, Brendan Hack, as well in the chat. Good to have everyone else with us here tonight. So it's going to be a belter. Stick around. Don't you go anywhere, because a GT3 challenge on a Tuesday night genuinely brings out the best in most people. And some people, it brings the worst out of it. Not looking at this man, though, in the worst of it. Kyle Douglas, he's a competitive man. He'll be up there in the top 10, top 15 at least throughout this whole season. Watch out for him. Fallon has just been driving the tits off this thing in the practice sessions, but has not got a answer currently in this qualifying session. 20th place for him, for the big man in the OnlyFans Audi. And it looks like he could just be in a bit of trouble. Has he gone some track cuts? Has he gone for something of the like of over-ambitious driving styles, or has it just been traffic in the way for him early on in this one? We'll see what it looks like on board. It looks pretty cool, calm and collected here on the board with Luke Fallon. He was a quick customer last season in 2025. This season, not so much. He's had a bit of a mare to start it, so he's looking for a redemption night himself as well as Jake DeBetta too. So look out for that man. He will be up there for sure once he gets a clean lap in And it looks like at the moment that there are a couple of guys setting some PBs here and there. Williams is setting a purple sector in the third sector himself, so he's on for a bit of an improvement here. He's in fifth at the moment because Ferber, Smith, Marshall and Saville have all now traded positions. Dan Smith's up there again. He's only 900ths of a second away from Ryan Ferber now instead of being 3/10. This is going to be interesting to see what this man Luke Fallon can do as he comes across the line though. Where is it going to put him overall in the standings department? Nowhere. Hasn't put him up. In fact, it has just there. Sixth place for him, 17.446. So now Ryan Ferber, Smith, Marshall, Saville, Williams are all in that under a 10th bracket between the six of them. That is ridiculous. It's 9 plus 7 is 16, so it's a 10th and a half between first and third. Then it's only another 10th away, so it's 2.5 tenths all the way from first to fourth. And then it's literally only 3/10 from sixth down to third here in the 10th minute and 43rd second of the qualifying session. Poor. In fair income department, crikey by jingos. You know what this is, ladies and gentlemen? This means the racing is going to be absolutely nuts if it stays like this, and it's still going on. Duffy man, he's not even far off as well as the beer boy. He's still flying around, and he's not too far off this pack as well, so it's only half a second away. Chambers has come in just to bridge the gap a little bit closer for the Duff man, and he'll be looking at that timing going, oh, okay, but no one here at the moment is sort of on a trot here. In fact, Ryan Ferber, I lie. Ryan Ferber here is a 10th up, well he was, for just a minute second, and he's lost it in the first sector here at the moment. So everyone's sort of not on an improvement gain at this point in time during the session, and there's some cars going off every which way, right and up and down. That was Dan Smith as well, getting right out of the way very, very kindly indeed of Ryan Ferber. And that's what we want to see. Bit of gentleman's agreement there on the circuit. Just some nice toing and throwing. Let's see what you're going on and get yourselves involved, ladies and gentlemen. That's Ferber. He's pulling over. He's going to have another crack very soon, I reckon. He's just getting out of the way and letting that clean track get out in front of him, which is exactly what is happening here. This is beautiful, beautiful stuff. What's Ty Saville doing though? This man has just come to a grips with this Mustang in this round. He's just entered in, said, I'm coming, boys, and I'm going to put myself right where the sun doesn't shine. At the moment, he's only 1600ths off a second from Luke Fallon's time. It's going to put him to the top. 16.9, the first car into the 16s is Johnny... Oh, no, I won't say that. He's Ty Saville. He is right up there as well, and now he's put it at the top for the benchmark for Ferber, Smith, Marshall, Fallon, Williams and Duffman to chase him. That is a quick time in that Mustang. Boy, oh boy, is he coming to grips here at this Road Atlanta circuit. It's a pearl of a track, ladies and gentlemen. Just doesn't stop. You only get a break for about 12 seconds, which is down that long back elongated straight, which is sort of a kick to the right in the end of it. But that's the only place you get a breather. Everywhere else, no chance. Absolutely no chance at all. Fallon has just gone to second place. He's only a 10th off Saville now too, so the chewing and throwing up there at the top for these boys. Ferber not setting a fast lap. He's into the wall, so he's out. Dan Smith still warming up those tyres in that C8 Corvette of his, so he's going for another one soon. Kobe Marshall, he's also doing the same thing, just cycling in those tyres, and he's going to get himself ready and rocking and rolling. I can guarantee you that by the time he gets into it. So this could be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. If we got a qualifying session coming our way, the top 7 only split by 3/10 of a second. That's it. 3/10. 7th to 1st. Nothing in it. Absolutely nothing in it. And this is now the time for Kobe Marshall to get his gallop on and start winning the Melbourne Cup style. Can he get this job done? He's now rounding into turn 1. Let's go on board with him here and see how he gets it done here in the 13th minute of qualifying. Through turn 1 he goes, up the hill, turn 2. There's some cars off everywhere, so that's going to be distracting him at the minute, but he just darts it in over that curb. Out the other side does Kobe Marshall go. He is literally on the teeting edge of his own personal best here. It's nothing in between it. He's dead on. Through the S's he comes. Brave into this turning section up the hill in the left, right, up there. Oh, I can't even speak. Left up the hill. Now he's got a Porsche in front of him who is lap trafficking in the way. Not the best place for Kobe Marshall now to do it. And that's going to hurt him on the old timing tower department. I can give you the hot tip. The Delta will be spewing here at the moment. So this is not ideal here for Marshall, but he'll get a beautiful slipstream down this straightaway. Hopefully it can make up for the couple of tenths he's lost here just behind that car. But that Porsche is just getting out of the way right at the wrong time for him. So he's hoping he can go a bit further. But down the back straight we go. little kick to the right here. You stick it to the inside to make the shortest radius around the corner. That's the quickest way around there. Heavy braking zone just about that white line. Slaps it down to second gear. Comes out the other side. It'll be a short shift to third up the hill here if he gets it right. No, he just plants it up to the end. Third gear now. Over the rise we go. It's a double right-hander to finish the lap. Is it going to be anything for Kobe Marshall to get himself further up the grid as he crosses a start-finish line? It does not improve for him. At 18.691 is way off the pace. So he got held up big time there on board with Kobe Marshall. But it's still this man out in front. Ty Saville is 100% winning this race at this stage. With that pace, it's going to be hard to catch him here with a 60-minute coming our way. But the strategies are going to be in. The 70% fuel rate as well, ladies and gentlemen. So keep your eyes peeled in the 60-minute session coming our way. And that means it's going to be racing on. We're going to have undercuts. We're going to have overcuts. We're going to have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Something, you know, go up to me. Oh, what do you reckon? But speaking of something and something, this guy here, Matt Munro, usually a top 10 at least compatriot, has got to find a lot of time here. He is dead set 3 or 4 tenths off the pace to get himself into the top 10, and he needs to get a clean lap. But it is so hard with 30 odd cars on the track here tonight. In fact, there is 33 cars who have already set a lap here at Road Atlanta in this GT3 challenge. Real estate on the track is primal. And is absolutely primal. I can give you the hot tip. That was Matt Munro just blinking in and out of existence there. Comes back out onto the track though, still filing around. What's his sector times look like here at the moment? His best is an 18.5. He's got to beat that by a good couple of tenths to get himself out there. The Savvaredis on the bottom has set a couple of personal bests himself, so he's only 2 thousandths off Matt Munro right as we speak. So he's right up there, and he needs to get himself into it. Dan Smith set a purple in the final sector, but it was only a 120.3 for him, so he's still sitting in 4th place. But Saville has absolutely flown. It is 16.6 now for Ty Saville. He's gapped that thing out by another 3.5 tenths over the competition. Answer to that one, boys. Ty Saville is the man. Is Matt Munro here going to get a clean lap in? Or is he just going to be balked by the cars in front who are just not getting out of the way? But there's a little bit of 100 metre or two sitting in there in the gap department for Matt Munro to keep himself up in there. This is going to be interesting. He rounds through the final chicane now. He'll come out the other side, and this will be over the rise we go. The double right-hander to finish this lap here at Road Atlanta. See what he does. He's flying through at the moment. It's orange sectors in every single one for him. Nowhere near the pace at the moment, so he's going to have to cycle those tyres once more and go for it and see what he can do. What's David Chambers doing here, in fact? In fact, that's a look at Ty Saville on board, because this man has set the timing towers alight once again. He went orange, green and purple. 3 sectors out of 4 done nearly, and he is just flying. A 16.5 now was his best lap. He's just pipped himself by nearly a tenth again, has Ty Saville, and I think that's about it for him. I would put in the tower too, mate. That is an absolute barnstormer. It is 4.5 tenths away. Is that not anymore? It's 4.4 tenths, so to speak. Dan Smith has just pipped Luke Fallon by 6 thousandths of a second to get himself into P2 here with 17 minutes 57 seconds gone out of 20 in this qualifying session. So we're going to see what these boyos can end up, because it is so tight. Ferber is out. He's not going to set a lap. Saville's not going to end a lap as well. So he is completed. And that's Dan Smith just too far. Red car. Over the outside apex he goes, and he'll get a slowdown for that one. But has he got the tyres to do another lap? We'll find out. What's Jeffrey Price about to do? He's going to cross the start-finish line here to do effectively for him. It was a track cut for Jeffrey Price. The price is wrong, Jeffrey. Not the one he wants to do. 18.5 for him. He's sitting down in 19th place. Bradley Cairns in 18th. Savvaredis and Matt Munro only split by a whisker there as well. Aidan Williams still got one more lap to go. He's 19 thousandths off Guy Duff in front of him. With the dying minute and 20 left in this qualifying session here, it's now pressure point motors. These boys are starting to build up. They know they've only got one more chance to do it. What can Williams do here? He is flying. Look at the car behaviour on that Porsche. Matt Munro's just sitting there in the foreground, and he's also probably trying to push as well. The flashing of the lights is coming there for Williams, because he knows he's on. He's on like Donkey Kong here. He's flying, in fact. So this could be his final push lap. Is Matt Munro going to balk him, or is he going to give him a good old toe up the back straightaway here? We'll see what he can do. Price is on a PB. Oliver's on a PB as well, and Damien, the old jockey there, is flying. He's just ready to go, is Oliver, so he'll be coming through the field too. This is a good opportunity here for Luke Williams, or Aidan Williams, sorry, to get himself up beside Matt Munro and get a toe down the back straight away. He does get that job done just in that point. Is it going to be another one for him? Price has just gone over the line. He's bumped himself up into 12th place. Happy days for him. Now it's going to be up to Aidan Williams here. Can he get this job done? Is he going to put himself further up into the podium position places? We'll see as he crosses the line here. What's it going to do? It bumps him up one place to 6th. Jumps over Duffy. Duffy's in the pit, so that is a good result there for Aidan Williams. Kobe Marshall here at the moment, he's dead on his personal best. This guy's flying around here tonight. Can he get this job done? The checkered flag is out as he crosses the start-finish line. It will not be an improvement for him, so he stays in 5th. Saville, Dan Smith in 2nd place. Is he going to cross the start-finish line here to improve on his time as well? No, he does not. 2nd place for him. He's going to have to settle for Ty Saville. Take an absolute bow there, my friend. That was an absolute rip snorter of a lap. If you're in the server, I'd cross to you. But that man, Dan Smith there, has got some thinking to do. Him and Luke Fallon during the week, ladies and gentlemen, a bit of inside info, were just bragging left, right and centre in the Discord about how close it was between those two. And I reckon they came into this this event thinking that they were dead set going to be the quickest guys. And they only separated themselves by 0.06 of a second. So it's true. But I'll tell you what, it was on like Donkey Kong for those boys. Kobe Marshall is still circulating around the field. It looks like he's up on his sector. But what's Aidan Williams he got to go as he crosses the start-finish line? Will he bump himself further up the field? We'll see as he crosses the start-finish line. Yes, it does. He gets the job done on Kobe Marshall, who's traded places with each other. So 6th and 5th now trading positions. This is Kobe Marshall. He's got to cross the start-finish line just before it ended too. Is he going to get this job done and switch it back over Williams for 5th place as we cross the finish line? Will the time and tell give us anything? It does not. Kobe Marshall is going to settle for 6th. Guy Duff gets 7th. To better in 8th. Chambers and Parkinson round out the top 10-0. With the jockey, the old bumhole and Ornut sitting in there. Price is wrong. The old weak arm in 14th place. The old Chicholino in 15th. The erection 16th. The old travelling salesman gets 17th place. Mike Munro's love child 18th. The Greek god in 19th. And the old top of Queensland there, far north Queensland, Chris Cairns, is going to have to settle for 20th. That are your qualifying results there if they come up for it. And that is it. But this is the grid. Let's go to that because that's more important here, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. A 60-minute is coming our way very, very shortly here in the next couple of minutes. So if you've got a chance, go and stick another pie in the oven or something to get yourself through this one. But it's Ty Saville and Dan Smith will share the front row there. Luke Fallon and Ryan Ferber will share the 2nd. Aidan Williams, Kobe Marshall off the 3rd. Duffman, DeBetta off the 4th. 5th row to David Chambers and old Mr. Straits there and Joe Parkinson. The jockey and the bumhole get 12th place. They're going to be next on the grid as well. Then we've got Price is Wrong, Bradley Armstrong, Christian with no last name, Erection, the old travelling salesman, Mike Munro's love child, Sabdoritis, and Bradley Cairns get the job done. And oh no, we've had an iRacing crash here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, right before the race starts. I'm going to get back to you here. Give me 1 second. We'll get back to you in just a hot minute.
Motto is that safe drivers are lifesavers. If your organisation shares this belief and are planning to improve driver education in your community, SDT Simulator Driver Training has the solution. Many of our simulator users are also gaining a revenue stream by taking their simulators to events and schools for driver education programs. The system can also be set up to run motorsport simulation. Many leading racing drivers are now using simulators to improve their skills. Such software can also be used to show drivers they are not as skilled as they think they are. SDT Simulator Driver Training is a division of Safe Drive Training, one of Asia Pacific's leading driver training providers. We offer affordable driving simulators that are assembled in our Brisbane head office. SDT simulators are now in use across Australia and are expanding into international markets due to their affordable price, unique features, and customization for driver training. Depending on the simulator model being purchased, you will receive a range of training resources to help you to facilitate quality driver education. SDT is the exclusive distributor of Fatal Vision alcohol impairment goggles, marijuana simulation goggles, and drowsy and distracted blinking goggles. All are used.
Motorsport isn't just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. And when performance matters, you need gear you can trust. That's where ARD Importing comes in. ARD Importing brings world-class racing brands straight to New Zealand, supplying real racers, real teams, and real enthusiasts with proven performance products around the globe. We're talking JRP racing components, ZAMP helmets and safety gear you can rely on the track, Red Cat Racing for high-performance RC action, and intimate brake pads for serious stopping power when it counts most. Keep your engine protected with renewable lubricants, premium oils designed for extreme performance and durability. Turn up the volume with wicked audio, delivering powerful sound whenever the road or track takes you. And gear up with Spartan products built for durability, comfort, and race day durability. Whether you're racing dirt, asphalt, or chasing lap times from home, ARD Importing has you covered. Sim racers as well, listen up, ladies and gentlemen, because ARD New Zealand is your importing source for all of Camus Racing sim gear. Precision wheels, professional grade pedals, immersive feedback that puts you right in the driver's seat. Train harder, race smarter, and feel every corner. From real-world racing to the virtual grid, ardimporting.co.New Zealand connects you with elite brands trusted by racers worldwide.
And expertise in getting the best gear, Sensational TV has proudly partnered up with Speed Nation. It is New Zealand's go-to destination for high-performance sim gear. They also stock the best and biggest brands in the game, from Thrustmaster, Moser Racing, Next Level Racing, Sparko, Turtle Beach, and more. And whether you're looking for the ultra-responsive racing wheels or pro-grade flight controls, immersive audio, or rock-solid cockpits, I'll tell you what, Speed Nation has got it all. They also carry other trusted names like Butt Kicker, PT Actuators, Wheel Stand Pros, Gen Ace, Spectrum in the remote control field, and also Collective Mind. So every step and part of your setup is covered, from complete racing rigs and premium flight packs. We here at Sensational TV, back in Speed Nation, to deliver the gear that takes your experience to the next level. Fast shipping, trusted brands, unbeatable quality, and I'll tell you what, Speed Nation has it all. And as an excellent gift for all of our viewers tonight and members out there of Sensational TV, and if you're trying to get into racing, go to the checkout, buy some stuff off Speed Nation, because if you buy any full price product on the website, enter the code SIMSATIONAL, that is SIMSATIONAL. NINAL. Oh my God, I can't even speak. And you will get a 10% discount off your end cart price. So go in there.
10%? 10% did you say, Zachary?
I did say 10%, mate. I did not say 5. I did not say 4. I said 10. Wow.
You can't park there, sir.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank goodness gracious me. We're going to get that timing tower back up on the board for you because, boy, oh boy, in the fair dinkum department, that is a mare. I'm so sorry. Technical difficulties have entered the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Technical difficulties have entered the chat, and it looks like it's racing on here because I'll tell you what, at the moment here, it is the lead who is still in Ty Saville's favour. He has taken the lead and he has come through at a rate of knots. So this man is on song. This guy knows what he needs to do. He will be fine. Don't you worry about that. They'll get the refresh going on here for the timing tower because, boy, oh boy, in the fair dinkum department, it is not working here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry about that. It's Ty Saville leading. That's Luke Fallon in second place. He's getting ready and rip sorting, ready to go. Let's go back to this and see if I can get this timing tower sorted here, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, oh boy, in the fair dinkum department, this is just not what you want to have technical difficulties. It's Saville leading this race. And he is doing it by a country mile, in fact. So this man knows exactly how to go racing. And he's doing it, and he's set the tone pretty damn early in this one. And he's got himself ready and ripstored and firing up, ready to go. See if that works there in the grand scheme of things. It does not. Oh boy, in the fair dinkum department. I'm going to have to get this thing back up and running. Give me 1 second here, ladies and gentlemen. Get the old iRacing timing tower back up for you. And now I can click through to the rest of them because fair dinkum, it is just ridiculous here at the moment. These boyos are flying along and I've got nothing to go on. Give me 1 second. It's looking pretty racy though for that man. That's the gap out in front. He has got the job done and he is loving life here at the moment. He knows exactly what he needs to do and he can get himself set in for this big, long race coming his way because at the moment it's looking pretty damn impressive for this man. He knows exactly what he's doing and he knows how to do it. Does the big man. We'll see if that iRacing tower works for me. Give me uno momento, por favor. See if that works now. Is it coming up for me? It's coming up on your screens out there. Give me a YouTube shout out for this because this is just turning into a disaster here. SDK is not playing ball. It's not letting me do anything here. It's not showing me what I need to see. I need to see stuff. Let me get into it. Come on, come back. Please, for the love of Christ, come back because this is just disappointing stuff here at the moment. We're on board here with another man of Matt Munro. So we've got that one going. Just can't get the timing tower up on board. It's getting a little bit closer here between Tomei, though. So Tomei right now on your screen is having a good tussle. So he now knows exactly where to go. He's thinking about which way he can possibly go into this as well. So it's going to be interesting to see if this guy can get himself further up the grid at this stage. Let's click refresh and see if it pops up there for me. Oh, come on, honestly and truly. No timing tower, no worries here, apparently. Crikey's in the fair dinkum department. This is just ridiculous. Oh, there we go. It's come up. Hoi, we're on here, ladies and gentlemen. Back to it. Oh, we've got it. Thank God it's sorted. 8 minutes and 32 seconds it only took into the race, for crying out loud. Appreciate your patience out there in YouTube land. But now we've got a race to go on with. So let's have a look here and get this thing going because at the moment it's looking pretty damn spicy out there. I can tell you that much. This is what we want to see. The intervals is Luke Fallon, 1.6 seconds away from Ty Saville out there in front. Then we've got Dan Smith and Ferber a little bit closer. This battle here is ironically one of the closer ones on the track between Tomei and the big man in De Better, who's just in that Mustang in front of him. Now we've got Chicharello there. Chicharlina's coming through in Christian. He's now got half a run here. So this could be interesting to see what this man can do. I like how he goes about it here, this man. He knows exactly what he needs to do and how he can go about it too. So keep your eyes peeled and see how that man, this man, Brock Clark, though, is dead set here needing to get a gallop on because he knows exactly what he needs to do. And in the grand scheme of things, it's a long way back from that one to get yourself set up with it. It's a long, long way back. So we'll find out what he can do and we'll get rid of those pit stops, for crying out loud. Goodness me, in the fair dinkum department. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And we will go again because we don't need to see how many stops they've done so far. I can guarantee you that one. Let's just go to no data here. Let's just right click that off the screen. Go no data, and then we'll get the intervals up again. That's exactly what we don't want, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want three things of the same just clicking up there. That's what we don't want. Let's go back here. And we'll try again. This thing's having an absolute mare tonight. Let's just go to that one and see if that works instead. That's what we want to see. Finally, still on board here with Clark. Coelho's in the foreground of him as well. But Matt Munro is just starting to climb onto the rear end here of this man. In the grand scheme of things, this guy knows how to go racing, so don't you worry about him. He'll be there, he'll be ready in racing for sure. So we'll get him cracking in just 1 second for Matt Munro, loving life out there, and he's just got a little bit of a threat behind him of Cicciarello still thinking about it, but Munro on the charge. Ferber though has caught up here. Sorry, Smith has caught up to Ferber. Ferber now is just trying to find his way past the big man in front of him, which will be very interesting indeed, because we know what that guy can do, and we know exactly how he likes to go racing. So we'll stick your heads in the sand for a minute, and don't think Dan Smith's caught out of a second place here. Ferber has just pushed it a little bit too wide there as well. So that man now is just on a little bit of a chargo out of this one. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do in this grand scheme of things, because the man knows how to go racing, and it's just what we want to see. We want to see these guys go. We want to see them get in there, and we want to see them keep going on and on and on. For this one, the next closest battle on the field is between this man, Parkinson, and Williams. So Parko's got the straights here at the moment, and he's on the straight too. So he's driving the wheels off this car tonight, knows exactly what to do in that BMW, and go for it as well. It's going to be pretty damn spicy indeed for this race at Road Atlanta. I love seeing how they go about it. I love everything that they do, but fair dinkum though, these boys, they just put on a show. They just put on an absolute show for me. It's fantastic to see. And Parko just getting a little bit further away than what he needs to there on DeBetta. There's some lap traffic in front of him. In fact, I think that's Aiden Williams, in fact, who just went a bit wide there too. So Parko's just getting a little bit closer onto him. It's going to be interesting to see how that man goes about it as well. And we'll also see how it is going forward here for Jake DeBetta, because at the moment he's only a couple of tenths off one man in front of him, which is Rob Tomei. And when Rob Tomei gets a little bit feisty and antsy there too, I'm telling you, he knows exactly how to do it. He knows exactly what he needs to do, and he needs to get himself further up there, because at this stage, it's looking not the ideal space for him. Not ideal, indeed. So we'll see what that man could do. But that's Williams on your track. This is David Chambers, who we haven't seen for a while as well. He's come out and knows exactly how to do it. He's loving life out there. He knows exactly how he needs to go racing, which is exciting, because in the grand scale... Oh, no, the timing tower has just refreshed and reset itself again, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on out there? For the love of Pete, get yourself sorted, man. Don't know what is happening here tonight in the old hardware department. That is it. That's all I've got for you. That's all I've got. I've got trackside and I've got this. So apologies out there for the technical difficulties in the land of this. It is just ridiculous. Because my goodness gracious me, in the fair dinkum department, it's going on. But one story from the night so far is this man, Luke Fallon, who is already in the pits, ladies and gentlemen. He's already in the pits. So don't count out that boy, eh? He's come in and he's going to start all the way down here. He's 22 places from where he started this race. Not ideal, and not the overall place that he wants to be for sure. Because I'm telling you, when it comes to this sort of stuff, it's not the place you want to be. It is definitely not the place you want to be. And when you're racing around here at a couple of 100 mile an hour, you genuinely don't want to be a man who's sitting in this one. But he's going to go for it late in the event, and I'm telling you now, it'll be okay. He'll come out on song, he'll come out in the right place, and it will be all the better for him. But now it is on for the race lead here, because Ferber is, the second place is all under pressure from Dan Smith, who just locked it and lost it and ran completely off into the bunda there. That's going to hurt him big time. It was 2.5 seconds away from himself and Aiden Williams, who is now coming back at a rate of knots here too. So Aiden Williams is on fire at this point in time. He's got a perfect little place to have a look through onto it and see what he's seeing, because that is the view from the front bumper bar of the big man. He's got Dan Smith now, who's got some cold tyres on him. He's got everything ready to rock and roll though, he's Aiden Williams, but Dan Smith under pressure there, just pushing it a little bit too far, not doing the ideal thing. He doesn't want to be doing that for too long, but I'll tell you what, it is all happening. These boyos are just racing to the nth degree. That is how fast and how clean and how it is. out there in this land. Williams is now just gapping a little bit closer and a little bit further at the same time. It depends on the corner between himself and Dan Smith, but a lovely little bit of racing there from these two. They need to know exactly how they're going to go about it, but Cicciarello has just been passed here big time at the moment. That is a beautiful little part of the racetrack that we want to see. He's just flying around, but right behind him is not a car in the battle, the number 55 there of Chris Townend, so he won't have to worry about him in the background, but Duffy and Merchant have got past him. And now they're thinking about the bigger picture. This is what Merchant can see at this stage. He's looking a little bit sheepish there, I can guarantee you. But still, it's looking like he's got just that little bit of momentum coming down the back straightaway here. He's got enough distance there for the suckage. On the old Duffman has Merchant. So the travelling salesman here onto the alcoholic. This could be interesting as I get into the braking zone there as well. See what they can do. Duffman is right there. He's right on the clacker of another car who's in the wrong place at the wrong time. I think that is Mitchell Sykes there, just getting out of the way of these two. Right at the point of night, he's Merchant going to get past. He does. Thank goodness for that. But now it's a race on because Duffman has 100% got the pressure point motors coming his way. This is exciting. This is what we want to see. This is how we go racing, ladies and gentlemen out there. It's dead set, fair dinkum in the old department of exactly what you want to do. You just want to go racing and have a good old night and a bit of fun. And I'm telling you now, it's looking pretty much that way here for Merchant. He's just got that Mercedes AMG looking a little bit quicker than the Mustang in front. Beer Man here is under all sorts of pressure. Let's cross to him and we'll have a look from the rear bumper cam of that car because, boy, oh boy, is this what we want to see? I want to see this guy getting a little bit of a suck down the back straightaway and look at the closing speed of that car up into the apex there. Fires it out the other side. Now the next right-hander comes and look at the confidence that he had under brakes, but it's hurt him on the exit. So the beer man's just going to get a little bit of a run down here. That Mustang should power away down the straight lane and just get the old job done here and hopefully not too close. Is Daniel Merchant for a little bit of a slipstream, in fact. That's going to be cool. Because I'm telling you now, this would be one of the best moves over the night. If he doesn't get it done, he doesn't. Just sits it there and thinks about it once again. Doing it all manual here now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on the mouse trying to get these track cameras to work. So apologies if I stumble and stumble my way through this one tonight. It's not one to be recorded or get to the shorts unless something miracle happens. Look at Merchant. He's just getting closer and closer here to the beer man. It is now within 2.5 of that guy who's looking pretty racy indeed here. It is bland out there in the chat. But here on the racetrack, it is 100% going for it. Beer man under all sorts of pressure. Merchant trying to follow him, and then it's a bit of a buffer between Matt Munro now, who's just starting to get a little bit far closer into the view of the beer man's car as well. So this is getting exciting here. Now we've got to see what Matt Munro's doing because the beer man has just started to catch him. It's had a shocker though, 6 places down from where he started. And I'll tell you what, grand scheme of the things here, it has been one of the nights that Garth Duffy, for these first 2 races of the whole of the season here, it's one so far that he's probably thinking to put behind him. But if he gets back up those couple of positions, it could be a top 10 and he'll be pretty happy. And he's got a beautiful run here on Matt Munro, who's just getting absolutely freight trained down this straightaway. Too much downforce on the car for Matt Munro to drive at the moment compared to this Mustang. 2 of the same car, 2 completely different setups in the fair dinkum department. That is pretty damn exciting for that Matt Munro guy because he knows he wants to go racing and he's got someone behind him to push him along. So this could be interesting. Right behind him is Merchant. Duffman is on board. Munro in front. This is getting pretty good racing here as well. And we've got to cross to the one in front of them after Matt Munro too because this one's getting a little bit feisty here. This is on board for Jake the Better. Now he's having a look and seeing what the old carnage is in front because that's Rob Tomei in the silver Porsche. Then you've got Oliver and the butthole sitting in front of that guy in front of them. It is basically a Porsche Mustang scenario right here, right now. And they're flying through this circuit. Look at the closing speed there of that Mustang. It's just apex and exit speed is just supreme to any of the cars around him. And the better here is on song. Can he get it and get out of this corner beautifully? He can. A little bit of a freight train down the back straightaway here as well. This is going to be interesting. Doesn't get the slipstream. Doesn't get the suck though. So now it's all happening. This could be very, very feisty at one stage. But I'll tell you what. The old Ortner here is putting on a good show at the fence there between himself and the jockey and Thomas the Tank Engine. So this could be interesting. Once they start to fizzle out, it's just going to be a line of stern sort of gap to the pit lane. Armstrong's come into the pit, has the old weak bicep. So he's pulled out already, 20 minutes into an hour session. So he's going to obviously go for a two-stopper unless he early filled and come in for a big load of fuel, ladies and gentlemen. That one could be something you think about. A big load of what exactly? Well, it's fuel. Get your minds out of the gutters, for Christ's sake, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my goodness me. Let's have a ride on board here. While we get into it, I'm going to cross it right over to this big man here, and we'll see what this guy is looking at. Turn the volumes up because this Mustang here sounds bloody good, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get back into the rhythm after just a short break. What a little battle we just saw there, ladies and gentlemen. DeBetta is on fire, and he knows exactly how he goes to go about it, but he's just gone on the back of that freight train and disappeared down the road a little bit in comparison to his cohorts in front of him of Rob Tomei. So it's looking pretty racy here for Oliver, though, because now this Mustang is just starting to get onto the back of the bumhole. The bumhole near is now blinking. He's sort of throbbing a little bit there too, because he knows that there could be a good old bit of action coming his way in the gearbox department. But at this stage, it looks pretty racy here for this man on your screen right now. He's just flying around here at a rate of knots, 100 miles an hour. In fact, is this guy really showing us how to go about it. Loving every single little bit of it. This is just dead set unbelievable stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Loving how these boys are going racing line astern. We love it. We love seeing it. And we love a bit of hardcore action. I can give you the hot tip, but this is just where it gets a little bit incestuous as well as what is going on there. Holy cowabunga. Holy mackerel, ladies and gentlemen. I have no words. I don't even know what's going on. It seems that the timing tower has just dissipated into what I would say is pandemonium here. We're getting views of what we need to see, but what we don't want to see. Look, I feel like I'm Fernando Alonso here at this stage, going for it, and it's just not cricket. I'm gonna have to get this thing back and going again because fair dinkum. This is just dead set taking the P155 here, ladies and gentlemen. What is happening with this PC tonight? Goodness me. And what is happening with the game? Fair dinkum. Let's just have a look at the scenic view because I'm nearly at the wit's end here. I don't even know what is going on. I can't even explain. I don't know how this has happened. Fair dinkum. We've just got a view of the overhead circuit here and it's following around with the mouse. This is just hilarious if you're sitting at home watching this and not involved in seeing the broadcast. I can't do anything. Look. Taking the absolute P155. It's got me all stuffed up here. It quite literally has got me stuffed of what is going on. I'm trying to flick around and that is all the view I'm getting. That is all the view I'm getting. Oh, finally, has something happened? It has. Goodness me. bear with us for a moment because I need to get that back and loaded up and get rid of that because that has just absolutely mind-boggled me. Goodness me in the fair dinkum department. But we're back. We've got everything sorted here. This is now what we want to see. We want to see how these boys go about it because at this stage, this is Jake the Better. Now, he's on the back of a freight train here, and it looks like a little bit of tomfoolery is happening in his grand scheme of things. Grand scheme of things, it's just looking a little bit toasty out there. So we'll get this thing, timing tower, set up again if it actually wants to, and we'll call the action. But as I do that, it's getting very, very close there between the Better and Tomei as well. These boys now finally have got something coming their way in it. That is Garth Duffy there sitting in it. Matt Munro's there. Oh, now it's just all stuffing up here completely. Let's just go back to what we want to see, and let's go to this one because the Better is right on the rear end here of Rob Tomei. Everything has gone wrong here. I'm trying to figure out exactly how to do it and how to get things going because the shortcuts are not working. Nothing's working. Everything's just going wrong here. And the old broadcast is an absolute shit show tonight. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot get this thing going. And it is ridiculous. Let's just see if we can rehash and refocus and get ourselves in a position where the hotkeys will actually do what they're supposed to do. Because at this stage, they're not doing it. They're going backwards and forth where I don't want them to go. So this is just random people on the grid. And then it's just doing whatever it wants. So we're going back down the field here to Rob Tomei, who is in this lead of this battle pack, and he's just getting closer and closer. So this is the battle between Tomei, Oliver, Ortner, and they're all fighting over P7, 6, and 5. So this is very interesting. Parkinson's in the lead of this one. Then we've got Ortner, Oliver, Tomei, and then DeBetta trying to get onto the clacker of these boys. So we'll see what these guys can do and see how it all comes to fruition in the grand scheme of things. Because at the moment, I'm telling you right now, it's not looking too fancy for this man. He just needs to get himself up into it. And look at the positional change there. That is Tomei, who got past Oliver. Oliver's going back for the switchback here as well. So I'm telling you right now, this could be on like Donkey Kong. Let's have a look from the back of this car. And I'm telling you right now, this is what we want to see, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of toing and froing and a little bit of argy-bargy. And they're just going for it. It's an angry gaggle of cars here. That is Tomei there, getting absolutely sauced here at the moment. He's just trying to get his way back through the field. Then we've got this little battle pack going on here too. Not what you want to see, but I'm telling you, it's exactly what we want to see. And I'm telling you also, by Jingo's in the fair dinkum department, nothing is going on. Absolutely nothing. I don't even know what I can do. The whole thing is going nuts. I've got no control over anything. And we'll just fight on. So we'll fight on. We'll see what we can do here. We'll fight on and see if we get it. iRacing, yep. Let's get that all happening. See if that works again. I'm not too sure, but we'll find out whether it works. And let's go back to the action here, ladies and gentlemen. I just don't have any answers for you. I've got absolutely nothing. Still nothing. Still nothing. Nothing is going on. Load it in. Try to get this job done so I can actually have some control over the cameras. And everything just disappears. Isn't that just fantastic? Just fantastic. Don't you love a bit of tomfoolery out there in the old YouTube land? Crikey's almighty. Don't know how. Don't know why. Don't know how that does this. But it's doing it. It's doing it nonetheless. And it's just giving me an absolute nightmare out there. Let's go back here to at least what I've got control-wise of. And it looks like it's Rob Tomei now all over the arse end here. Straight away of Brendan Ortner. Ortner's filing it into this first turn. And at Rotolanda, they're going up the hill, side by side, looking pretty goddamn racy indeed. I don't know how these boys have not come together, though, however. They've absolutely just filed through here at a rate of knots, and they're going for it fair dinkum in the grand scheme of things. This is just what we want to see. We absolutely want to see this. We love seeing what these boyos can do, and in the old fair dinkum department, it's just exactly what you think. You think they're going to lose it. You think they're going to just completely lose the plot, and next minute they come out and they're just firing on all cylinders again. It's just bloody fantastic. That's how we go racing. That's how we get it done, and the timing tower just keeps disappearing. Don't know what to say. Don't know what to say, but it's race on. That's Bradley Kanzler on here now. The lonely Lamborghini guy out there. And it's he's getting a little bit of hurry up here. So is Ortner versus Tomei. Again, having another good race. Garth Duffy's trying to get himself into it as well. So this is now starting to heat up a little bit here, ladies and gentlemen. Just like we want to see. Just every bit of argy-bargy here going on. And it's exciting, but I'm telling you, when there's excitement, that means the old anticipation is just going to kill us here. Just need to see exactly how these boys go about it. And that is Dan Smith now, climbing closer and closer onto the rear end here of a lap traffic marker, because Ferber and Saville are just about close enough to have a half a look at each other. This is going to be interesting to see. So filing away through the back half of the grid onto the back straight we go. This is Road Atlanta, ladies and gentlemen. If you've enjoyed all the tomfooleries and all the hardcore technical difficulties, please give me a like and a subscribe. I hope to Christ that button's working here as well on the channel. Yes, it is. Out of sympathy, ladies and gentlemen, give me something, because it's just been a nightmare. I've had absolutely no control of anything. I've missed half the race, and we've just ticked over that half race distance to move for the lead, ladies and gentlemen. Straight up the inside goes Ferber. Saville wasn't happy about that one, but Ryan Ferber now has gone whooshka straight up the inside, and he is now in the lead of this race in that very, very fast Mustang. And I'm telling you now, it's pacey out there, boys. It's starting to get pretty feisty, and he's coming back at him because it looks like there was a slowdown penalty for him. So Saville's got past once again. Another trading places blow here for the leaders. But I'll tell you what, Ferber will not be happy. It will not be a happy camper at all, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see how he goes through the field here. What is going on there? Let's go back to this man. Roll bar camera, and that is Saville's just gapped him. He's absolutely sent it way, way too far out the other side, and is just now losing a little bit of ground left, right, and center. And it's now this caution period, because in the foreground there, you can see that there is a bit of a freight train happening. It's not ideal, but I'm telling you, it's all there for the shouting. And when these guys come up against them, it's now starting to look a little bit hairy here for Saville in front. Furby in second place. A fair way back in 2 seconds about is Dan Smith. Williams in fourth. Fifth for Joseph Parkinson here as well. But this is on board right now with the man that we are hoping they can get the job done again. And he sends it again, Groundhog Day style, into the third last turn of this circuit at Road Atlanta. Straight up the inside he goes. No penalty now for him, surely. And he's just going to skip away. The windscreen wiper's on there. Don't you worry about it. He's just now flying through his Ferber. And look at the pace there. And look at Saville go back at him again. Can't get the job done this time, though. So it's going to have to be a little bit of a white flag wave there so far for Ferber. That will be interesting, and you can see now that Saville is just starting to think about how he can get past this man, because they have been absolutely flying around here at a rate of knots for line astern, 2x2 at nearly some stages, and I'm telling you, they are 100% balls to the wall stuff out there. This is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous racing. And I'm telling you, these two guys are so quick. Their best laps are only split by 1700ths of a second, ladies and gentlemen. 1743 versus a 1760. Quickest man on the circuit is Dan Smith with a 1740 dead. But, wow, what racing we're seeing here. Is Saville close enough to get himself into it? Thank you, Tuds, for a subscription to the channel. I really appreciate it as well. But this is good racing. This is now Ferber in the lead. Saville in second place. 1.3 seconds behind now is Dan Smith, who's starting to climb at a rate of knots. So he is flying. His last lap was a 17.8. In fact, was Dan Smith. So now he's about 6 or 7 tenths already quicker than these two in the lead of the race. And that's Ferber now just getting past some lap traffic markers, going for it. And these boyos now are just starting to get in the way. Oh, there goes Ferber, and he's given up the race lead. Outside onto the bunda he goes. Saville's just going to flick up the inside, and now Dan Smith's coming at him. This is stacking stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Dan Smith's been turned around as well. You could not read about it. Disaster there for Dan Smith. Williams has got through on him. And that is just poor stuff there in the old racecraft department. And that Porsche there is just getting back on the circuit right at the wrong time there. Smitho is not going to be a happy camper indeed at all. We're going to have to look and see what happened there to him again on the old replay function. And this is exactly what he did. Got punted straight around by that Porsche. That is absolutely dismal stuff. That is 100% ridiculousness. You're in the blue flag position and you take out the third position getter of the race. Oh, fair income in the old department there. That is just absolute silliness out there in race land. And Dan Smith has gone down to 4. Parkinson's only 1.9 seconds away from him. So now we've got to think about what Dan Smith's going through in the mental at this stage. Will he be fuming? Has he got the old red mist out of the cockpit already? And is he just going to try and get back into third place? He's got 3.3 seconds now to make up between himself and Aidan Williams, who's just been given the biggest free kick of his life. But we've still got 26 minutes left to go here or thereabouts in this race so far. So it's on. This one is also on here too. This is Garth Duffy, who is all over the back here of the bumhole. And the old Ortner is just flying over the curbs. Around the outside, he tries to go to this beer man, but he has to slot him behind him. He's going to get another run into turn 1. No, he doesn't. That's Ortner on the defense. Beer man's going to try and flick it up the inside and go for it here. This is exciting stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, oh boy, is Garth Duffy just trying to throw the kitchen sink and a bit more at him. He's 100% on like Donkey Kong. Far out. Now it is just ridiculous racing. They're flying through the S's here. Full commitment, full driving style-esque for both cars. Just completely different. One guy's balancing the rear and the other guy's balancing the front. And here comes Beerman. He's trying to go around the outside here. He's going to get that job done around it. He can't trailer park girl him here. Oh, he does in fact, and just whips it around the outside. But he's going to fight back at him. And it's not the optimal place to be. But that supreme driving from Garth Duffy flies around the outside of the rectum and says, yep, I'm going to take that position off you, Brendan. And off he goes into the distance. Far out. That was an absolute cracker of a little battle. Let's have a look at that overtake again. That was flying around here. Look at this. Just flings it in full commitment trailer park girl style around the outside. Thinks he was going to get overdone here, but Ortner just had no answers for him and says, thank you, mother, for the rabbit, says Guy Duff, and takes that position. That was a beauty there, ladies and gentlemen. And Beerman now into 5th place, but 6th place, sorry, and Ortner hasn't let go of him though. Still 0.4 of a second splitting these guys. And it's just starting to get to that point where Ferber versus Saville is just under that second again. Out in front at the top of your timing tower. So keep your eye out for that one. It's what you want to, it's what you don't want to see, in fact, out there in the grand scheme of things. So we'll see what that man can do. And I'm telling you now, it's gone nuts. I'm not even clicking anything. And the timing tower has just decided to do its own thing. Don't know what it's doing. Got no idea. Can't tell you. Let me just get rid of that. And get rid of that. And let's just have what we want to see here. Let's just have the gaps. Let's have the intervals, in fact. That's probably better. Let's get rid of those pit stops, for crying out loud. Why are they still there? I'll never know. Let's get rid of that one, for crying out loud. Boy, oh boy, in the fair dinkum department, it's just bedlam out here tonight. It's just bedlam. I don't know what to say. And now we'll get the old intervals up for sure. There we go. Finally, it's doing something that I actually want it to do. And speaking of doing something that he wants to do, here's what Ryan Ferber is exactly doing. Getting up the arse end again of Saville. Getting himself back into it. He's racing the absolute wheels off this Mustang, and he's just trying to get it done. And Saville is 100% struggling. He just wiggled there on the outside curb, which has given a little bit of a breather here to Ferber. Ferber's now trying to fly around here at the rate of knots. These boys are now thinking about how they go racing, and this is what we want to see. And what we want to see is we want to have a good old tussle between these boys flying around here at a rate of knots. And that is exactly what we've got. 2.5 tenths now into the braking zone we go. Now we've got something to think about. Now these boys are trying to settle into a bit of a rhythm if they can keep going, because there's some blue flaggers in the way there. Oh boy, fair dinkum. This is getting a little bit spicy here now, ladies and gentlemen. The double right-hander onto the straight. It's now 16th and 17th position in front of them, fighting over it, but it's the lead that we're looking at here. It's Ferber versus Saville. Round 458 at this point in time on the circuit. Oh, another car's gone off there in the foreground. That was not what we wanted to see. I'm pretty sure there was one of the Porsches there of I think that was Chambers as well, or Master Arcus as well. So we'll see what happens between those guys. But further now. Has just lost a little bit of time. And just an nth degree, not too much, but just enough now that Savile's got a bit of breathing